This is the journey of our hero, Kim Yu, who bore every hardship and ultimately earned the title of Universe Creator. The story begins when Kim Yu was only 4 years old, living happily with his father. Suddenly, elders arrived and told King Dai, "Your son's dandelion is damaged. He will never be able to practice internal techniques." Hearing this, the king grew deeply troubled, for he knew that everyone in the land advanced their cultivation through internal techniques. If Kim Yu's meridians were blocked, it meant he could never practice internal arts, and therefore could never become a worthy king in the future. Kim Yu was a prince, while King Dai ruled the dynasty. After that day, the king took his son to many cultivators, but nowhere did he find hope. At last, he became disheartened. He realized, "My son is not like others. He is weak. I must protect him myself." So King Dai sent his son far away, leaving him at Cloudy Mountain, where no enemy could reach him and where he could live in peace. But for Kim Yu, that place was no less than a prison. He could meet his family only once a year, and this caused him great pain. That pain grew heavier when, after waiting a full year, the day finally came when his father was supposed to visit. Thinking of this, Kim Yu ran around the villa in joy. His grandfather asked, "Kim Yu, why do you look so happy?" Kim Yu replied, "Today father is coming to meet me after a whole year. Just thinking of it makes me so happy." His grandfather smiled and said, "I have also brought you a gift. I am certain it will make you even happier." He then took out a bird and gave it to Kim Yu. Receiving it, Kim Yu was overjoyed. He had been lonely since childhood, and now he finally had a friend. He named the bird Sable. From that day, it became his new companion. Yet his greatest joy was still the thought of meeting his father. So he hurried to a mountain, hoping to watch the bridge and see his father from afar. He waited with Sable from morning until evening, but his father never came. This troubled him deeply. He said, "A whole year has passed, yet father still could not meet me. That means I must wait 2 more years." Thinking of this, he grew sorrowful. The next day, he went into the forest with his new friend to play, teaching Sable how to fly. For the little bird, this was very difficult, because its wings were still too small. Suddenly, Kim Yu heard a cry. Alarmed, he rushed forward, certain someone was in danger. When he arrived, he saw 2 children being attacked by a demon wolf. Seeing those 2 children being hunted by the demon wolf, Kim Yu did not think twice. He immediately rushed forward and attacked the beast, striking it so hard that it fled into the distance. At least, that is what Kim Yu believed. In truth, 3 hidden guardians who were secretly protecting him had struck the wolf and driven it away. The 2 siblings thought Kim Yu himself had defeated the demon wolf, and so they believed he was very strong. They quickly became his new friends. Kim Yu went with them to their home, and the 3 of them spent the day happily together. For Kim Yu, the greatest joy was that he was no longer alone. In his otherwise empty life, this day felt truly special. Just then, Kim Yu's uncle arrived and told him, "Your brothers have come to meet you." Hearing this, Kim Yu was overjoyed and rushed to see them. His 2 elder brothers were King Feng, the older one, and King Seng, the younger. They often teased Kim Yu, but despite that, he loved them dearly, and they too always cared for him. Even with their busy schedules, they had come to visit him, which made Kim Yu very happy. They explained, "Father is busy fighting demons at the border. We are also helping him. That is why he could not come to see you. His responsibility is to protect humans from demons at all costs." King Feng and King Seng told him, "Forgive us. We came here to meet you, but we cannot stay. After tonight, we must leave, because father is waiting for us at the border." And so, the next morning, both brothers departed. This left Kim Yu deeply saddened. Inside, he felt broken. He thought, "Perhaps father no longer cares for me. He knows my meridians are blocked, and I cannot practice internal techniques. He must believe I am useless. If I cannot even wield a sword properly, then why would father keep me close?" Kim Yu knew his problem, but he did not know the solution. Looking up at a falling star, he made a wish. If only there were some way to regain my father's love. As he thought this, a sudden idea lit up his mind. Excited, he said, "So what if I cannot practice internal techniques? I will practice external techniques instead." With this decision, Kim Yu hurried to his grandfather and declared, "No matter what happens, I will cultivate and become immortal." At first, his grandfather was shocked. He reminded him, "Have you forgotten? Your meridians are blocked. You cannot do this." But Kim Yu explained, "I will practice external techniques. They do not require meridians. Internal techniques store energy inside, but external techniques absorb energy into the rest of the body. Meridians are not needed." Hearing this, his grandfather admitted, "Yes, you are correct. But do you know, practicing internal techniques is already difficult, while external techniques are almost impossible. And you are talking about becoming immortal. Do you know that to reach immortality, you must pass through a series of stages? Crossing those stages is no easy task. It requires relentless hard work. I am sure you can do it, because you are very determined. But for you, the challenge will be to cross the second stage. Until now, only a few thousand people have managed to pass it, and if you succeed, you will reach the immortal level. Yet in this entire world, only 3 people have ever achieved that level, one of them being your Uncle Feng." His grandfather gave Kim Yu this information, but at the same time, he did not want to discourage him. So he said, "I know you can do it. After all, those who try never truly fail. If your resolve is firm, one day you will become immortal and make your father proud." Hearing this, Kim Yu was filled with joy. He decided, "No matter what happens, I will become immortal." The next day, his grandfather sent a letter to King Dai, asking him to send masters who could help train Kim Yu. When King Dai received the letter, he doubted his son could succeed, but he did not want to disappoint him, so he sent 10 of the kingdom's finest masters to guide Kim Yu. Seeing all 10 together, Kim Yu was confused. He could not learn from all of them at once, nor decide which one to follow. His grandfather made it easier. Show him a sample of your arts, so he can choose. Each master demonstrated their skills. After watching, Kim Yu chose Master Lee, who impressed him the most. Something inside told him this was the right choice. Along with this, his grandfather gave him a treasury box filled with scrolls, teaching methods to unblock meridians. Kim Yu was delighted. He sat down to cultivate, but no matter how hard he tried, he could not store energy in his meridians. He practiced all night, but only faced failure. The next morning, Kim Yu hurried to the training ground. After climbing many steps, he arrived a few minutes late. His master grew angry and punished him, ordering him to run laps around the vast villa. Exhausted, Kim Yu did not give up. He kept running until he completed the task. Before he could rest, his master appeared again. Meet me at the training ground once more. Kim Yu's body was already in terrible condition, and the ground was far away. Yet he started running again. This was not done to torment him, but because his master knew Kim Yu was slow. He wanted to increase his speed. In this way, a whole month passed. Kim Yu's condition worsened, but his master said, "This is only the beginning. My martial art itself is extreme training. It pushes the body to its limits, making it stronger. Training like this pushes the body to its limits, making it stronger. But if you wish, you can still quit. Just say the word, and I will let you go." Kim Yu, however, thought of his father and firmly refused. He said, "No matter what happens, I will become immortal." With that, he began his training with even greater determination. His master, though outwardly strict, was secretly impressed by Kim Yu's resolve. He never admitted it, always pretending to be harsh, but inside he felt proud of him. For the next year, Kim Yu was subjected to every kind of training: mental training, spiritual training, and countless physical exercises. Through this relentless practice, Kim Yu began to break through his physical barriers. He grew stronger and faster than before, something he could feel clearly within himself. And so, a full year passed. It was now time for Master Lee to leave. Seeing his master depart, Kim Yu felt deeply disappointed, but Master Lee reassured him, "My duty was only to show you the path. I have done that. Now it is your responsibility to walk it and grow stronger." Hearing this, Kim Yu grew emotional. He bid his master farewell, promising, "I will never let your head bow in shame. I will continue training with all my heart." His master was pleased, though he did not show it openly. He went straight to King Dai, reporting Kim Yu's progress. "Your son is working very hard. He is doing well." The king was happy to hear this, but when he asked how long it would take to master external techniques, the answer troubled him. Master Lee explained, "At least 36 years. Internal techniques allow energy to be stored easily, but external cultivation is far more difficult." This worried King Dai, who wanted his son close, but he could not change his path. Meanwhile, Kim Yu continued training. His body grew stronger, but he realized his speed was still lacking. Searching for answers, he studied the scrolls given by his grandfather and discovered that speed required internal energy. At first, this discouraged him, but he tried again to cultivate. Though his meridians were blocked, he attempted to store energy within his body. Kim Yu tried again and again, but he could not store energy in his meridians. He failed each time. Yet something surprising happened. His body had grown so strong that now it could begin to store energy in a different way. Instead of his meridians, his bones absorbed small amounts of energy. This discovery was very beneficial. Focusing on this, Kim Yu began storing energy in his bones every day. To increase his speed, he also strapped heavy weights onto his body, forcing himself to move faster. He trained like this for 3 years, but even then he realized he could not store enough energy to reach the speed of light. Troubled by this, he looked at flower petals drifting in the air. He thought, "These petals float without any internal energy. If they can do it, then I too can float without internal energy. I just need to understand the subtle forces at work and control them." He practiced carefully, and soon he managed to float in the air. His speed multiplied many times over, and he began gliding through the air with ease. Kim Yu named this technique shadow dancing. With it, he had achieved near light speed movement. His speed became so great that even his guardians could no longer follow him. Realizing they were no longer needed, they told his grandfather, "We cannot protect him anymore. He has surpassed us," and they returned to the kingdom. When King Dai heard of this, he felt proud of his son. Meanwhile, Kim Yu continued his training, sparring against statues. During these fights, he realized, "I need a special weapon." Searching through the scrolls his grandfather had given him, he discovered mention of a dangerous dagger technique. This weapon was said to be so deadly that no swordsmanship could match it. Kim Yu was fascinated and wanted to learn more, but the details were top secret. Then, unexpectedly, a hidden seal broke, and a hologram appeared before him. The hologram warned, "This technique is extremely dangerous, but if you have come this far, it means you truly wish to learn it." It began teaching Kim Yu the art. At the same time, it revealed, "I am from a clan where children are trained from birth to kill. Our only purpose is to find our target and eliminate them. From childhood, we shed blood to survive." Kim Yu practiced the technique. In seconds, he activated his light speed movement and, with the help of a small tiger, cut down many warriors. But his dagger was not strong enough. It broke in the middle of battle. From this, Kim Yu understood, "I need a stronger dagger." He already knew where to find one. So next, he mounted his horse and rode to the village, eager to meet his friends. He promised them, "When I return, I will bring gifts for all of you." Saying this, he went straight to the kingdom's treasury room. There, The general showed him a dagger said to be indestructible, completely invincible. Kim Yu liked it immediately. Alongside this, he collected gifts for his friends. Everything seemed to be going well, but in truth, danger was approaching. Behind his back, wild bandits attacked the village of Kim Yu's friends. Tuan tried to resist, but the bandits were ruthless, killing people for sport and stealing their possessions. Just then, Kim Yu arrived. Seeing the chaos, he was filled with rage. Before he could save Julie, one of the bandits named Bei Xin cruelly cut off Julie's hand, laughing as if humans were nothing more than insects. Kim Yu could not control his anger. He challenged Bei Xin directly. "Come forward and attack me. If you don't, I will kill you anyway." Bei Xin mocked him. "A child like you cannot defeat me, but since you dared to speak, I will kill you now." Charging forward, he attacked, but Kim Yu, furious, struck with such force that he broke Bei Xin's bones, killing him instantly. The other bandits fled in terror. Tuan, however, was angry. He accused Kim Yu. "How can you let evil men live?" Kim Yu replied sadly, "Killing all the bad people will not end evil. We must use love instead." But Tuan disagreed. "You spared one today. Tomorrow he will kill innocents. You are a prince. You have never suffered hardship." That night, Kim Yu told Tuan, "We must take Julie with us. Her condition is worsening. If we don't treat her soon, she will die." But before they could leave, the bandits returned, this time with their leader. The leader confronted Kim Yu. "You killed one of my men. For that, this entire village will burn. I will show no mercy." He set fire to the homes, declaring destruction. Seeing this, Kim Yu realized Tuan had been right. If 100 are evil, all 100 must be destroyed. The bandit king attacked, but Kim Yu's blows had little effect. The king's body was incredibly strong. Kim Yu activated shadow dancing, striking down raiders to save villagers, but the king grew angrier, unleashing his full power. Despite his massive body, the king's speed was astonishing. Kim Yu was shocked. His attacks could not land. The king wounded him badly. Villagers panicked, seeing Kim Yu injured, but in a desperate moment, Kim Yu drew his hidden dagger and slashed the bandit king's throat, killing him. From that moment, Kim Yu understood he had to change. He would become a ruthless weapon, if necessary, to protect others. 10 years later, Kim Yu had grown into a tall, handsome young man. His companion Sable had also become stronger. After years of cultivation, they returned to meet his grandfather. His grandfather reminded him, "Do not be late. On your 18th birthday, your father has arranged a ceremony. Great figures will attend. You must arrive on time, or you will shame us." Kim Yu promised, "Do not worry, I will be there." Meanwhile, Julie had grown into a beautiful 16-year-old girl. Seeing her again, Kim Yu was overjoyed, welcoming her warmly. Kim Yu was overjoyed to see Julie again, speaking happily with her. Meanwhile, far away, Chud was shown. One of his students looked at King Dai in a dream. In that dream, King Dai appeared in such a terrifying form that the student grew fearful. Alarmed, Chude ordered his general, "Go and find out what the kingdom is planning. I fear King Dai may be plotting against me." The servant obeyed and left to gather information. Elsewhere, we saw an evil cultivator facing a silver-masked warrior from the Skynet organization. That warrior was none other than Mythior. Seeing him, the evil cultivator laughed. "Even a golden-masked warrior could not defeat me. How will you?" Without a word, Mythior activated his shadow dancing technique and attacked. A fierce battle erupted. At the same time, Kim Yu was shown speaking with his father, saying, "We still have no news. We don't know where he is or when he will appear." He also reported that the North Guardian King had arrived. Hearing this, King Dai went to meet the North King. Back in battle, the evil cultivator was shocked by Mythior's power. He wondered if Mythior was truly silver rank or secretly higher, but he unleashed a deadly technique to kill him. During the clash, Mythior's mask cracked, revealing his true identity, Kim Yu. He had joined Skynet to hunt down evil. Kim Yu used his hidden tiger technique, slicing the cultivator's throat with precision. The enemy never realized what had happened. Standing over him, Kim Yu declared, "I do this to rid the world of evil, and each fight sharpens my practice." Meanwhile, King Dai met with North King Shampoo, asking for his support to seize Chude. Ancient clans were also drawn into the plan. By evening, the ceremony for Kim Yu's 18th birthday had begun, but he had not yet arrived. His brothers grew anxious. Suddenly, Kim Yu entered with heroic presence, greeted by cheers. He apologized to his father for being late, but King Dai replied, "No need. You are 18 now. Whatever you choose, I cannot stop you." He then led Kim Yu into a secret chamber. There, King Dai revealed the truth. "I did not meet you at Cloud Mountain because I was planning war against the Chu dynasty with your brothers. We lost, and since then we have wandered. That is why we changed our name to conceal our defeat. And your mother, her death was no accident. She was burned alive during the Chud attack." Hearing this, Kim Yu was shattered. He had longed for his mother's love since childhood, and now he knew it was stolen by Chud. His blood boiled with rage. "No matter what, I will kill Chud," he vowed. But King Dai stopped him. "Focus on your training. You are not yet strong enough to face a second-stage cultivator." Though the words were true, they wounded Kim Yu deeply. He left, frustrated and heartbroken. Later, gazing at the sky, he saw a red falling star. Following it, he discovered a lizard trying to seize a mystical piece. Kim Yu killed the beast with his dagger and took the piece. It glowed like a tear, then suddenly absorbed into his body. Confused, he later cultivated and realized his body could now store more energy than before. His wounds healed faster, his strength grew. Overjoyed, he knew he now had a chance to reach the second stage. Determined, Kim Yu set out with Sable into the mountains to practice. He enjoyed enjoyed the journey, but suddenly the same lizard monster attacked again. Fighting fiercely, he knocked it down the cliffs. In the process, he discovered a massive red stone, so heavy and powerful that even Sable's claws could not break it. Kim Yu decided, we will take this red stone back to the kingdom. Kim Yu found a massive red stone, so heavy and powerful that even Sable could not break it with his claws. He decided, we will take this red stone back to the kingdom. Meanwhile, spies informed King Chang that King Dai had a secret army of 3,000 soldiers and was planning to use them to attack the Chang dynasty. At the same time, a letter arrived from the North King, revealing that King Dai had tried to recruit him, but instead the North King had sided with King Chang. This proved that the North King had always supported the Chang dynasty. Back in King Dai's palace, many weaponsmiths examined the red stone. They tried to melt it to forge weapons, but no matter what tools they used, the stone refused to melt. Their leader told Kim Yu, this red stone could be used to create immortal level weapons, but honestly, I don't know much about it. You must seek information from a third stage cultivator. Kim Yu immediately thought of his uncle Feng, who was himself a third stage cultivator. When Feng heard about the stone, he became very excited. He said, this is an extremely precious stone. Most people never even get a small piece, but you have found so much. With it, I can create immortal level weapons. Will you give me a small piece? If you do, I will do anything for you. Kim Yu agreed without hesitation. He said, make me a dagger and hand armor from the stone. Use the rest to create weapons for my father and brothers. Uncle Feng was delighted. Kim Yu then asked him about reaching the third stage. Feng explained that he himself was only at the initial level of the third stage, and that advancing required immense energy stored within the body. Since Kim Yu's meridians were blocked, his path would be even harder. Still, Feng mentioned a cultivator who had reached the final level of the third stage using secret methods. That warrior became so powerful, he defeated thousands of soldiers with a single attack, but his spirit weakened, and during his final exam, he failed and died. Before his death, he hid all his methods in 3 secret diagrams. Whoever finds and understands them will inherit his immortal powers. Hearing this, Kim Yu grew fascinated. Meanwhile, Feng refined the red stone, forging weapons for Kim Yu's family. He wrote to King Dai, explaining how Kim Yu had discovered the priceless stone and how it was being used to create powerful weapons. King Dai was overjoyed. Kim Yu, however, grew frustrated. Despite constant practice, he felt no progress. Remembering advice that to reach the second stage, he must connect with nature, he meditated deeply. Slowly, he began to sense even the smallest details, the tiniest sounds, the faintest movements. Through this, he realized he had reached the initial level of the second stage. This breakthrough thrilled him, knowing his father had promised that once he reached the second stage, he could join their plans. Kim Yu understood it was all thanks to the mystical peace he had absorbed earlier, a miracle that had changed his fate. Soon after, Master Feng presented him with gloves and a dagger forged from the red stone. These weapons were so powerful that even a second stage cultivator could be defeated with them. King Dai was delighted, though Feng insisted the credit belonged to Kim Yu. King Dai was very happy and thanked Master Feng, but Feng replied, no, I did nothing special. All the credit belongs to your son, Kim Yu. But strangely, he is not here. One soldier explained, Kim Yu left early this morning, carrying the weapons made from the red stone. We don't know where he went. The scene then shifted to Kim Yu, who had gone to the Skynet organization's office. There, he was given a mission to kill a golden masked session because that warrior had turned evil. Kim Yu himself was a silver masked session, and golden masked warriors were far stronger. Yet Kim Yu accepted the mission and set out to find him. That night, Mythior, Kim Yu's alias, located the golden masked session. The enemy was sitting in his villa, studying a cosmic diagram. Suddenly, he sensed Mythior's energy and ordered his siblings to attack. For the first time, Mythior unleashed his redstone gloves and his hidden tiger. Their power was immense, forcing the golden masked session to tell his siblings to retreat. But before they could, Kim Yu activated his speed technique and killed them instantly. Enraged, the golden masked session activated his full speed and attacked Mythior. Kim Yu realized, if I want to win, I must match his speed. He removed the weight strapped to his arms and legs, and his speed increased dramatically. Now he could fight on equal terms. During the battle, the golden masked session tried to use his special move, a technique no enemy had ever survived. But Kim Yu already knew about this attack. He freed his hand, blocked it, and then swiftly cut the golden masked session's throat. After killing him, Kim Yu returned to the Skynet organization office. Reporting his success, he was promoted to become a new golden masked session himself. Meanwhile, 2 senior masters of Skynet reported the news to their leader. A man named Mythior has killed a golden masked session. To our shock, the leader was none other than King Dai, Kim Yu's father, who secretly controlled Skynet to protect his kingdom from evil. This news also reached King Chang of the Chang dynasty. Furious, he summoned his trusted man and said, "You once told me of someone who promised to give me powerful monsters in exchange for my cosmic diagram. Go and complete that deal. With those monsters, we will forge new weapons for the coming war." The story returned to Kim Yu, who was still wounded from his fight with the golden masked session. He cultivated to heal himself while studying the cosmic diagram. At first he was confused. confused. It was not based on internal energy, but with hints, he realized it required external energy. Practicing with external energy, Kim Yu eventually understood the diagram's secrets. By morning, he returned home, happy to tell his father that he had reached the second stage. But in another town, the enemy was making deals with a fat master to trade the cosmic diagram for weapons. Just then, Kim Yu's grandfather arrived with allies. He shouted, "How dare you come to our factory!" and ordered Master Li to attack. Master Li and his companions struck quickly, killing the fat master. Then they fought the enemy's allies, defeating them one by one. Before they could finish, the enemy's father appeared, using his deadly needle technique to kill Li's warriors. Seeing him after 160 years, Li grew furious. "It has been a long time. Today, I will avenge my daughter's death." For long ago, this man had killed Li's innocent daughter. Thus began a fierce battle between the two masters. They fought evenly, injuring each other badly. Finally, the enemy declared, "Enough! I will use my special technique." He unleashed 1,000 needles at once, aiming to finish Master Li. But before the attack could land, a powerful force struck, blocking it instantly. Kim Yu's grandfather was struck down and killed. At the same time, Kim Yu, who was rushing toward the battlefield, sensed his grandfather's energy fading. He ran as fast as he could, but by the time he arrived, it was too late. Holding his grandfather's lifeless body in his arms, Kim Yu was devastated. Grief overwhelmed him, but anger burned even stronger. Activating his full speed, he unleashed his fury and killed all of the enemies in a single strike. Afterward, Kim Yu carried his grandfather's body back to the kingdom. Memories of his grandfather haunted him, and the pain of loss left him in shock. He loved his grandfather deeply, and losing him broke his heart. Sometime later, we see Kim Yu still mourning. Yet he reminded himself, "Grandpa would never want me to stay like this. I must keep moving forward. I must reach the immortal level for him." With this resolve, Kim Yu returned to practicing the cosmic diagram. After long effort, he finally understood it completely. He no longer needed to study it further, so he placed it in the treasury room. On his way back, he noticed a glowing box. Recognizing it, he said, "This is the same box I took from the fat master." Opening it, he found another cosmic diagram inside. Overjoyed, he exclaimed, "Today must be my lucky day. I've found the second diagram." As he examined the box more carefully, he sensed even stronger energy within. Searching deeper, he discovered a third diagram hidden inside. Thrilled, he declared, "Now, I have all 3 cosmic diagrams. With them, I can learn the secret technique that will help me reach the immortal level." He thought of telling everyone, but when he reached the ceremonial hall, he saw many people already gathered. He stayed silent, standing quietly at the side. Then King Dai announced, "I have nearly completed the second stage. Soon I will face the exam for the first level of the third stage. For this, I must leave the kingdom and undergo the 4-9 revolutions exam, where lightning will strike me. It is extremely dangerous, so I must focus entirely on passing. While I am gone, my children will protect the kingdom. I will also take guards with me, for if anyone disturbs me during the exam, I could die." Hearing this, Kim Yu grew worried and said, "Father, I will come with you." But King Dai refused. "You have not yet fully reached the second stage. In the exam, the Chang dynasty may send 2 third-stage cultivators to stop me. You cannot face them." At that moment, Kim Yu demonstrated his second-stage technique. Everyone present realized he had indeed reached the second stage, a remarkable achievement, since external technique practitioners rarely advance so quickly. Even so, King Dai insisted, "No, I said you cannot come, and I will not risk my son in such danger. I have already arranged a bodyguard for myself." Hearing this, Kim Yu grew emotional. He said, "I never asked you for anything. I only trained hard so you would respect me. I wanted to stand by your side, but you never wanted that. Forgive me. I will never ask you for anything again." Heartbroken, he left the hall. Outside, he began practicing the second cosmic diagram. After long effort, he realized its steps were similar to the first, but something felt wrong. He thought, if the steps are the same, then the timing must be different. He began combining slow and fast movements, and gradually his energy turned golden. Excited, he realized he had mastered the second diagram as well. Meanwhile, in the Chang dynasty, King Chang received news from his father's messenger. King Dai is leaving for his exam. This is the perfect chance to kill him. During the 4-9 revolutions exam, he will be very weak. King Chang agreed. "I will send 2 third-stage warriors to kill him. They are greedy, but I will persuade them." He planned to recruit immortal warriors failed. The cultivators refused to help him, but then, changing tactics, he offered them treasures and promised to send 4 of his own warriors to assist. With this, a dangerous alliance was formed. Meanwhile, Kim Yu continued his training. He accessed the third cosmic diagram and studied it carefully. After mastering all 3 diagrams, he sighed, "I've understood them all, but perhaps they are useless. My father still sees me as worthless. All my effort was only to impress him." Frustrated, Kim Yu poured his anger into battle. As Mythior, he cut down every enemy in his path with ruthless precision. His growing reputation reached the Skynet organization. One officer approached him. "Our boss wants to meet you." Confused, Kim Yu asked, "Why would your boss want me?" Still, he agreed to go. The next day, he discovered the truth. The one secretly running Skynet was connected to his own kingdom. Shocked, he realized this warrior was serving his father. Before Kim Yu could process it, the man suddenly attacked him. Kim Yu quickly raised a shield, blocking the strikes. "Why are you doing this?" he demanded. The man smiled. "Forgive me. I was only testing you." Offering him tea, he explained, "Our boss needs your your help to reach a safe position. Kim Yu asked, "What is your boss's name?" The man replied, "Mr. Ying." Hearing this, Kim Yu froze. That name belonged to an old client. Suspicion grew. Could Mr. Ying be someone he knew? Soon, the truth was revealed. Mr. Ying was none other than his father, King Dai. At last, Kim Yu understood. Skynet was secretly controlled by his own family, created to protect their kingdom from evil. Later, King Dai thanked Mythior for accepting his urgent mission. But Kim Yu replied, "No thanks are needed. This is my duty." Together, they prepared to travel to the exam site. Kim Yu was secretly overjoyed. Though he acted as Mythior, he was finally helping his father. Sable also accompanied them quietly. As evening fell, they stopped at a villa to rest, since traveling at night was unsafe. Elsewhere, two powerful third-stage cultivators were also on the move. They were not alone. They brought with them a dangerous second-stage ally. That night, Kim Yu could not sleep. Gazing at the sky, he thought, "My fate is strange. I want to help as Kim Yu, but I can only do it as Mythior. Still, someday my father will accept me." As he pondered, an officer approached. "Why are you awake so late?" Kim Yu answered, "I'm thinking of the dangers ahead." The officer said, "If you're afraid, you can leave." But Kim Yu refused. "I'm not afraid. I only want to protect my father." For a moment, the officer suspected. Could he be King Dai's son? He speaks just like him, always protective. But another confirmed, "No, I scanned him. He carries a special type of energy. He cannot be Kim Yu." The next morning, the group continued their journey. Along the way, a master attacked them. Kim Yu tried to fight, but King Dai stopped him. "Don't waste your energy. You'll need it later." He ordered his guards to kill the attacker instead. Finally, they crossed a magical gate and reached the exam site. It was breathtakingly beautiful, yet deadly. Many had lost their lives here. King Dai said, "We must find the right place for the 4-9 Revolutions exam. Only then can I succeed." Kim Yu scanned the area carefully, and soon he discovered the perfect spot. Kim Yu and his companions finally reached the cave, a perfect place for cultivation and for King Dai's dangerous exam. The masters immediately began preparations. They broke rocks and built a pillar formation, arranging 19 pillars around the center. King Dai sat in the middle, while the pillars would help absorb and redirect the lightning strikes. Kim Yu watched as his father began meditating. The masters warned everyone, once the exam starts, King Dai cannot move. He will be vulnerable. We must protect him at all costs. To prevent infiltration, they placed special seals on each guard so no enemy could disguise themselves. Kim Yu thought to himself, "I must protect my father. I will prove I am not weak." Just then, the sky darkened. The exam was beginning. A bolt of lightning struck King Dai, but thanks to the pillar formation, he endured it easily. Outside the cave, enemy cultivators had arrived. They saw the first lightning strike and whispered, "He survived the first, but he will never withstand the next 3. They planned to attack during the second strike. As the second lightning fell, the enemies charged. Kim Yu panicked, realizing they were heading straight for the pillars. Their plan was to destroy the formation so the lightning would kill King Dai. But the masters acted quickly, creating illusions and barriers to trap the attackers. Furious, one enemy broke through and attacked Master Munshi. A fierce battle erupted. Meanwhile, Kim Yu fought alongside his allies, striking down 3 enemies with precision. The enemy leader grew enraged and prepared a deadly attack against him. Kim Yu hesitated. He could not use his redstone weapons, or everyone would discover that Mythior was really Kim Yu. Just as the attack was about to land, an ally rushed in and saved him. Both realized the enemies were far stronger than expected, and with redstone weapons in play, the danger was immense. Then the third lightning strike fell, more powerful than before. King Dai struggled to endure it, pouring all his strength into resistance. At the same time, the enemies summoned a spiritual dragon to break through, but Master Munshi intercepted them, blocking their advance. On the battlefield, Kim Yu fought desperately. Using his shadow dancing and the cosmic diagrams, he managed to kill one of the enemy warriors, but the strain was immense, and the storm grew fiercer. King Dai was locked in combat with the heavens, while Kim Yu and the others battled enemies determined to end the exam. The clash was reaching its peak, lightning, blades, and spiritual beasts all colliding in a deadly storm. Kim Yu was injured in battle, and King Dai rushed straight to his assistant to check on him. But suddenly, the assistant revealed himself to be a deceiver. Combining his powers, he attacked King Dai directly and left him badly wounded. It was then revealed that the warrior Kim Yu had tried to kill was still alive. Everything had been a trick. King Dai's condition became very serious, and at that moment the final lightning strike began, the most dangerous one. This lightning descended in the form of a dragon. King Dai stood firm, combining all his powers to summon a golden dragon to clash with the heavenly strike. The collision released immense energy, injuring him further, yet he succeeded in passing the 4-9 Revolutions exam. He had officially reached the 3rd level, though his body was broken, and he needed healing. Seeing this, the enemy leader grew furious. "You may have advanced, but you are weak. I will kill you now." He attacked again. Just before the strike landed, Kim Yu rushed forward, using his shield to block it, risking his life to protect his father. The enemy warriors pressed forward. One used an ice technique, freezing soldiers and killing them instantly. He advanced, killing the last soldier and seizing all the redstone weapons, making himself even stronger. His power multiplied, and he began beating Mythior, Kim Yu, mercilessly. Blood spilled from Kim Yu's mouth as he struggled. Despite being hurt, Kim Yu refused to give up. Using shadow dance dancing and the cosmic diagrams, he struck back and managed to defeat one of the enemy warriors. But the storm grew fiercer, and the enemies summoned a spiritual dragon. Master Feng intercepted them, holding their advance. The battle reached its peak. An enemy warrior thrust his blade toward Kim Yu, wounding him badly. Kim Yu countered with his red stone weapon, striking the enemy down. Both collapsed. Kim Yu gravely weakened, the enemy defeated. King Dai rushed to his son's side, shaken. Kim Yu, however, showed no fear. With a faint smile, he whispered, "I protected you, father. That was my dream." With those words, he lost consciousness, his fate uncertain. Elsewhere, Master Feng and Sable fought against the enemy leader, who commanded the spiritual dragon. Sable destroyed the dragon, and together, they forced the enemy to retreat. The storm grew worse, endless energy pouring down. The masters pulled King Dai away to safety. Watching his child fall before his eyes, King Dai was consumed with grief and anger. He vowed, "No matter what, I will bring ruin to the Chang dynasty." His heart burned with vengeance, and so, Kim Yu's fate remained unknown. The season ended here, leaving sorrow, determination, and the promise of revenge.